You're watching CarTell.tv and I'm Amelia. You know those small SUVs that everyone's buying these days?
Well, Suzuki had one back in 1988.
And it's still here. In its current generation, the Vitara offers 3 different trim levels, each with distinctive differences. So, if you are in the market for one of these, it is easy to pick the perfect one.
And traditionally, the Vitara is fun to drive. It has precise, responsive steering and low weight, which makes it comparable in terms of handling fun to some zippy hatchbacks, despite the raised driving position and added ground clearance.
And it's not expensive.
So the 3 trim levels I mentioned are called Vitara, Vitara Turbo and Vitara Turbo Allgrip.
The one we have here is the middle trim, and I suspect it might be the most popular one among buyers.
The reason for this is that it has the obviously better engine option of the 2 available, and that it also brings a lot more in terms of safety and comfort kit over the entry-level offering. The Allgrip version that sits above this one has just a few more additions that you can freely skip if you don't want them specifically.
So in my opinion, of the 3 available options, this one is the best bang for buck. Now let's see if it's any good.
In terms of looks, you can see that this is a design that Suzuki has had for a while.
It still retains some of that visual essence of past Vitara models, but it's added some modern features that we're really starting to look for now in more modern cars.
Up front, you get these automatic LED headlights with blue projectors.
The rest of the car has a pretty boxy feel to it, but there is a reason for this. This design was inspired by previous generations of the Vitara, and those are some pretty boxy, chunky times.
For this reason, you'll see a lot of bold lines, prominent cladding, pronounced creases on the side and above the rear wheel arches, and chunky tailgates.
This bonnet hides a small but very nice engine, at least for this particular car.
It's a 1.4-litre turbo with 103 kilowatts of power and 220 Nm of torque. All the torque comes from just 1500 revs and maintains the same level all the way up to 4000 revs, which is just awesome.
This engine pushes the front wheels only, whereas the Allgrip pushes all 4.
Also, it's paired exclusively with the 6-speed automatic.
And this engine is one of the 2 main appeals of this car for me. I mean, it's not a performance beast, who would expect that? But that torque makes a world of difference.
First of all, for this class, there's a lot of it. Secondly, that turbo helps deliver it from only 1500 revs. In practice, this translates to a very responsive and zippy little drive. Basically, whatever the driving conditions, you are very close to all those 220 Newton meters.
City driving is effortless. Merging on motorways is a breeze. Overtaking is really easy. Even a bit of spirited driving is possible, although nothing too crazy.
It just feels so easy to drive, and the push is at hand at all times.
It doesn't really matter if you're interested in performance. This engine is the better choice, even just in terms of practicality.
But this is not the only thing that helps the driving experience.
The gearbox is paired with it so well, and it even has paddle shifters.
It never hunts for gears. I mean, why would it with such a wide torque curve? And it shifts comfortably, although not really lightning fast.
The low weight is also a major plus.
It varies based on the trim level and the gearbox of choice, but in all versions it's around 1200 kilograms, and look, that's just awesome.
Suzuki has also really hit the nail on the head in terms of achieving balance between comfort and control. It offers a really nice mix of reasonable comfort as well as confident handling.
In terms of fuel efficiency, Suzuki claims just under 6 litres per 100 kilometres. In mostly city driving, we managed just under 8 litres.
We actually went on a little road trip with the Vitara Turbo, so we'll check out the fuel efficiency on the open road as well. I was supposed to be going on the road trip, but I was stuck in quarantine, so that was fun. Keep an eye out for Jenny in that one.
Despite its exterior dimensions that fit within the subcompact segment, the inside is pretty spacious.
I mean, look at this space. The boxy body really does help with this, as does a very practical layout that just removes any unnecessary clutter.
Also, these leather accented seats are just awesome, and they are covered in a high quality suede.
You get all the standard amenities up front. You get a few cup holders, a comfortable armrest with a storage bin underneath, of course a glove box and some very wide door pockets.
The infotainment system is the one Suzuki have had around for a while now, but it has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so this helps make it easy to use, and it gives you all the apps and features that you would want.
The interior is something that has carried over as well for a few years with Vitara.
Fit and finish are good, ergonomics are spot on, all the controls are at hand, but you can see that it's not quite as quirky or modern as some other cars on the market. It's simple and it's functional.
It is easy to get in and out of. You get nice big doors, and the space back here is actually pretty good for a car of this size and class.
Legroom and headroom are okay, even for adults.
I mean, it's not huge, but you could comfortably fit 2 adults in here in a longer trip, and that is not something you often get in a subcompact SUV. Now, you do get a bottle holder on each side and this little map pocket here, but other than that, It's a bit minimalistic.
There aren't USB ports, air vents, or even an armrest.
The boot opening is wide and load lip is minimal, so loading things in and out really shouldn't be too much of an issue.
With all the seats up, there is 375 litres of space. The rear ones fold 60-40, and with those down, you get 710 litres. The seats don't fold completely flat, but it's pretty close to that.
I already mentioned that this trim level is a sweet spot in the lineup because it adds plenty of safety kit.
The entry level comes with things like brake assist, electronic stability control, ABS, EBD, cruise control, and 7 airbags, but the Turbo adds autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitor, rear cross traffic alert, weaving alert, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, rain sensors, and front and rear parking sensors. The very top trim adds Allgrip all-wheel drive system and hill descent control.
So what's the verdict? Honestly, it's a pretty good little SUV. I mean, yes, the design has been out for a while now. And look, the back seats probably could do with a few more amenities. However, depending on your priorities, then this is an often overlooked little gem.
The engine is very torquey, the gearbox is perfectly matched, it's light and fun to drive, the tech is okay, it is very safe, and the amount of interior space is just awesome for the subcompact segment.
The price for this Vitara Turbo is around $35,000 drive away.
And you get the 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Capped price for scheduled maintenance services for 5 years or 100,000 kilometres and 5 years of roadside assistance.
Add to that the drive and the spaciousness, and look, the Vitara might not be the blingiest car out there, but it sure as hell is a smart one. Thanks for watching CarTell.tv. Make sure you check out the Suzuki website for all of the latest deals, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for news and reviews on your favourite new cars.